In one of America's most entertaining comedy action films, a hilarious and heartfelt journey begins in a high school locker room. An awkward, overweight teenager named Robbie is enjoying a peaceful moment in the shower, until a group of bullies storms in. Without warning, they yank him out and throw him into the school gym during the final assembly, completely naked and exposed. The room erupts in cruel laughter. On stage, the school's star student, Calvin Joyner, nicknamed the Golden Jet, is moments away from being crowned Student of the Year. But as Robbie lands on the floor in front of the entire school, everything changes. The cheers turn into jeers, and Robbie's humiliation seems endless, until Calvin does something unexpected. He quietly walks over, takes off his jacket, and covers Robbie's shoulders, offering a rare moment of kindness that Robbie never forgets. 20 years later, life hasn't turned out the way Calvin imagined. Once the most admired student in school, he now works as an accountant, stuck in a job that drains him. His wife, Maggie, his high school sweetheart, still believes in him. But Calvin feels lost. During a lunch break, he envies a coworker celebrating a promotion and admits he doesn't want to attend their upcoming 20-year reunion. Maggie, frustrated with his negativity, urges him to reconnect with who he used to be. Back at work, while scrolling through Facebook, Calvin gets a friend request from someone named Bob Stone. The name doesn't ring a bell, but curiosity gets the better of him. As they chat, Calvin discovers that Bob is actually Robbie Weirdict, the same bullied kid from high school. Now curious and surprised, Calvin agrees to meet up. That evening at a pub, Calvin is stunned when a muscular, confident man walks up and introduces himself as Bob. It's hard to believe this is the same Robbie who once suffered that cruel humiliation. They catch up over drinks, and Bob casually mentions he used to work for the government. But when he steps away, a confrontation brews with another patron. Before Calvin can defuse it, Bob returns, and suddenly unleashes a brutal takedown, forcing Calvin to flee with him in a panic. Their night continues at their old high school, where Bob reflects on his trauma and transformation. While Calvin admits he's disappointed in his own life, Bob urges him to attempt the backflip he was once known for, but it ends in a hilarious crash. Later at Calvin's house, Bob asks for help with what he calls a parole issue. But when Calvin checks Bob's laptop, he discovers offshore bank accounts and millions of dollars. Before he can ask questions, Bob spills beer on the device, destroying the evidence. The next morning, CIA agents led by Agent Harris burst into Calvin's home. They claim Bob is a wanted criminal, accused of treason, murder, and stealing classified government data. To Calvin's horror, they reveal Bob named him as an emergency contact. Calvin insists he knows nothing, but it's too late. He's now caught in a deadly game.